There's a story told of a rabbi who comes into shul and tells the president that he won't be able to speak that week. Concerned, the president asks what the problem is. The rabbi tells him that he's forgotten his dentures at home. The president tells him not to worry, that he will go to the rabbi's house to get them. The rabbi says it's not necessary, but the president goes anyhow. He comes back with the rabbi's denture, and the rabbi proceeds to give a half-hour speech. After shul, the president goes to the rabbi and asks, "Rabbi, I don't understand. You always speak for approximately 10 minutes. Why'd you speak for half an hour?" The rabbi responds, "You brought me my wife's teeth." I'm not sure how the story would have ended with the daughter's teeth, but I wanted to begin by assuring you that I will not even be speaking close to 10 minutes. I would also like to thank you for bestowing this deserved honor on my father and for including me in the speakers of the day. I couldn't think of a more worthy recipient. Growing up as my father's daughter, I thought it appropriate to start my speech with a joke. And for those of you who know my Abba, you might have already heard that one, even more than once, as I told this just a few weeks ago. Shma b'ni musar avicha. My child, you should listen and learn from the teachings of your father. My sisters and I have been privileged to have learned so much from our Abba that no speech could encompass the enormity of the positive influence that he has had on us and our children and our grandchildren. We have spoken a lot together about the key points that have affected us through the years, and we know, just as you, his congregants, do, that he has made such a positive impact. Together with Susan, they have modeled hospitality. They took me this week, they just moved 3 days ago, friendship, and teaching positive attributes to their congregants and peers. My father always taught us that there are 10 commandments. 5 between man and God, ben adam lamakom, and 5 between man and man, ben adam lachavero. We have all strived to emulate this lesson in our personal and professional lives. We have always been so proud when people speak of their admiration for our father who does this so seamlessly. They say, he's not like any other rabbi that we know. He's so funny, friendly, kind, educated, and easy to speak to, and we couldn't agree more. My Abba's speeches somehow are always just right. He knows when to speak in a serious manner, when to give a positive, uplifting message, when to talk about politics, when to talk about religion, and even sometimes to give mussar on a topic that I'm sure you've never heard him speak about, like being part of the community and the daily minyan. In this week's Parsha Vayera, Hashem comes to Abraham in the form of 3 men, angels, in order to deliver 3 very important messages. I think that these messages all speak of my Abba in a very obvious way. One of the angels came to Abraham to visit him, Bikur Cholim, as Abraham was recovering from his Brit Milah. The mitzvah of Bikur Cholim has always been performed in such an amazing, caring way by my Abba. My sisters and I all remember growing up that it wasn't just the perfunctory visits to the hospital or phone calls that anyone could do on a routine basis, but we always marveled at the way that my Abba would bake, bring special foods to the sick for Shabbat, or mishloach manot packages for Purim, or special things for Pesach, depending on the needs of the patient. Not only did he worry about the patients, but there were always calls and discussions to make sure that the relatives and families were taken care of as well. Another one of the angels came to tell Abraham that he would be having a child. Abraham laughed, again, the humor. And in the Parsha, Yitzchak was born. We all know that was the beginning of the fulfillment of the promise of Parshat Lech Lecha that his children would be as many as the sand and the stars. There is a story told that when my oldest sister Judy was born, everyone was so excited that she was born a healthy girl. When Shira came next, they were equally delighted. Another healthy girl. When I was born, the response was, well, at least she's healthy. Baruch Hashem, Sharona came next, and my father's response was always, one more, and I'll be like Tevye. Like Abraham, my father has been blessed to see his 4 children turn into over 50 descendants at last count, Leah and Hannah. Abraham was also promised that he would be taken to a very special place and that Hashem would take care of him. That very special place, as we all know, of course, is Eretz Yisrael. From my Abba, we can all learn to be passionate about Eretz Yisrael. 3 of my sisters and their husbands are already living there with their families, and I and Michael hope to one day be able to join them. The 3rd angel came to tell Abraham about the destruction of stone. Abraham pleaded and begged Hashem to save the people who lived there. My Abba, like Abraham, is always able to see the good in everyone and everything. He teaches the lesson of the glass always being half full and never half empty. My Abba's name is Natan. It is no coincidence, as the meaning is to give. For over 60 years, Abba, you have given and given to your children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, as well as every congregation that you have inspired. We are so happy that Newton is the congregation from which you are retiring, since it is a community and shul full of such warmth, care, and committed people who have also become your and Susan's friends. It is my bracha to you and Susan, and I'm sure that you'll all join in with me in hoping that you can now be on the receiving end. You should be able to enjoy the next phase of your lives, enjoying in health and happiness, time in Israel which you so dearly love, and quality time with your families in shalom, health, and peace. Before I give you this plaque, which is not the plaque from the shul, but a plaque that your family wanted you to have, I would like to thank Barry for putting together this evening, President Binyamin, and all of the wonderful people who care and who have come and contributed and made this shul a community what it is, and we all wish you much love and success. If you can come up here, I just want to read this to you quickly, very quickly in Hebrew and then in English. לכבוד אבינו וסבינו, מורנו הרב נתן בן החבר יצחק דוב שתחיה, על כהונתו כרב קהילה קרוב ל-60 שנה. This plaque is being presented to our father and grandfather, Harav Natan ben Hachaver Yitzchak Dov, on his retiring as a congregational rabbi after close to 60 years. HaTorah v'hamusar shemasarta v'shata mamshich limtzor למאות תלמידיו בניו יורק, בקובק סיטי ובניו אינגלנד, נמצאים בהם ובצאצאיהם בכל תפוצות העולם כן ירבו. The Torah and teachings which you have given and which you continue to give to hundreds of students in New York, Quebec City, New England, are found in them and their children all over the world. May they continue. יהי רצון שיפוצו מעיינותיך, פוצה ותשלח מיכאל אל חיל. ראה בטוב ירושלים כל ימי חייך, ושתזכה בעזרת השם יתברך, לאריכות ימים ונחת ובריאות ושמחה ובכל טוב. May it be thy will that you should continue to spread your wills outward, and that you should go from strength to strength. You should see the good in Yerushalayim all the days of your life, and you should be meritorious that Hashem will give you longevity in nachat and in health, with happiness and with all of our love. Yibracha v'ahava rabba hamishpacha v'marchesh v'antash av. From your loving family.